Uh, good afternoon, Holly. Thank you for coming today. I just want to introduce myself. My name's Felicia, and I'm your intake worker for today. Did you have a good trip here today?
It was okay.
Oh, that's good. It's good to know. You had no problems finding the place, or?
I found it pretty easy.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So as I said, my name's Felicia and I'm the intake worker today. So I'd like to thank you for coming. And before we start, I just need to explain a few things to you today. So one of those is about confidentiality and privacy and duty of care. So I just want to let you know that what you say to me today is confidential. And it is private, so everything you say will be kept confidential. So I just want you to know that, that hopefully that will help you to feel safe. The only time we would have to disclose your information is if you told me you're going to hurt yourself. So if there was a risk of harm to you today, if you said to me, before I leave here today, I feel like I'm going to go out and kill myself, or something like that, we would have to disclose that for your safety, because we do have a duty of care to you. So do you understand that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, no worries. The other thing I just need to talk to you about is and just about permission to share information. So because you're here today and you've come to us for help, we'd have to share information with other organisations and perhaps some people within our organisation, so that they can get you the help and the supports that you need. So do you give permission for that to happen today?
Yeah, as long as we discuss them first, that's fine.
Oh yeah, for sure. We would definitely do that. Now, is it okay with you if I take notes today so that I can write down some of the things you say to me so we know what you need? Yep, okay. Now, Holly, I just want to let you know today that you have the right to feel safe here at this facility and to be safe as well. So what that means is that I'm here to help you and you get to direct where this conversation goes today. So it's totally up to you what you want to share. You can share as much or as little as you feel you can today. So it's your choice that you get to talk about what you like, and we can stop the meeting at any time. You might want a safe word, or you might just say to me, look, we need to stop the meeting, and that's totally fine. So is that okay with you?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. And you also have the right to complain. So you have the right to complain about me as the intake worker, or you have the right to complain about the organisation if you feel that you haven't been treated well today or you haven't been listened to. And I did send you the right to complain brochure. Did you get that?
I did get that. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's all right. That's great. All right. Well, that's just the beginning bit that I had to go through with you. So you've come here today, and I'm just wondering whether you would be able to tell me a little bit about your journey so far, if you feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, I'll tell you some of what's been going on.
Okay.
So I had a stillborn daughter that was a product of incest from my stepfather.
Right.
I've been homeless, was living with my boyfriend in a car, and when he found out that the child wasn't his, he became very abusive.
Right.
He's now in custody, so I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but you know, I still love him and I still want to be with him, but I don't know what's going to happen with that situation because he's facing charges on the assault.
Okay.
Yeah, I just, yeah, I'm not really sure, where to go or what to do. I can't go and live with my grandma. She was kind of like the last resort. She's not really well, so I can't go there.
Yeah.
Um, I've never really had a job.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, that's kind
Okay.
of where I'm at.
Okay. Thanks for sharing all that with me. That is a lot of information. It sounds like you've been through a lot of trauma and a lot of difficulties recently. So yeah, gee, I'm sorry to hear that you've been through all that. You said that um, it was incest with the conceiving of your child. Were you able to tell anybody about that? And if you were, what the consequences of that were for that person?
Yeah, I told someone close to me, and they reported it.
Right.
They
Okay.
said they said they had to, so they reported it, and I'm really not sure where he's at in like relation to it though, because I don't talk to him.
Okay, no worries. Well, it sounds like whoever you told really had your best interest at heart and did the right thing. So I think that's a really positive step forward. Um, so yeah, so that's really positive. Um, so so you're homeless at the moment, you said, and you have nowhere to go. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just need a safe place to crash, really.
Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, I can understand that for sure. It's not good because that actually part of our duty of care is that we probably need to find you somewhere to be, because that could be dangerous for you if you don't have anywhere where to live. Um, so yeah, I'm just thinking. Look, I think it's a great first step that you've come in to see us today as part of your healing journey and your recovery journey. So that's a really good thing. And so I just want to talk to you about, perhaps how you're feeling about everything that's happened, and about, losing your child, and about being homeless. Can you tell me a little bit about how you're feeling and what outcomes you'd like to see? Like what are your thoughts about being proactive, or taking those stages to getting the help that you need?
Um, well, I don't know how I feel about losing the baby really, because like of like sort of what happened for it to come about. It was really, really sad, and it was really horrible. And then, with what happened with my partner and stuff that happened after it, um, yeah, it's just been a bit shit, really. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel. Maybe I need to talk to someone about
Okay.
it. I'm not sure.
Yeah. If you would like to talk to somebody, we can arrange a grief counsellor, and perhaps, a trauma counsellor. So we could probably find you, well, not probably, we would find you someone who you could like talk to, and perhaps work through all those steps about what's happened and about your feelings along the way. Does that sound like something you'd like to do?
That sounds really good, actually. I think I need to like talk it through with someone. I've got no one really.
Okay, no worries. And so I think when I'm hearing your story, I'm thinking that it's probably really important that you have somewhere safe where you can actually stay, like some accommodation, perhaps while you're working through all this, where you can have a safe and secure environment where there would be somebody to help you live, provide for your day-to-day needs, and be somewhere safe while you're working through this. Because I think perhaps without somewhere to stay, that might just be compounding one of your problems? What are your thoughts about that?
I definitely need somewhere to stay. I need somewhere safe to stay. So, yeah, if you can give me some help with that, that'd be really awesome.
Yeah, okay. Just with what you've told me as well, Holly, I'm just thinking that perhaps there are a few stages on your journey that you've been through. We won't be able to address them all today because there are a few complex issues on here. But I think if we can perhaps look at these two today, and then possibly get you a caseworker through our organisation, and they would be able to journey with you in this safe place and stay with you for as long as you need them to journey with you to get you the help that you need until you're back on your feet. What do you think about having someone that you could journey with on a weekly or fortnightly basis?
Yeah, well, that sounds really good. I don't really want to tell the whole world what's going on, and things have been pretty shit. So, if I've got one person that I can talk to, that's probably good rather than lots of different people at the same place all knowing my business.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's good that you have a choice about what outcomes you want for your life as well. So, you'd be able to talk to the caseworker and address certain issues. And then when you're ready to move on, then you could perhaps, look at something else with your caseworker. So it's be totally up to you. So there would be no pressure, from us for you to settle one thing and then be pressuring you to move on. It's totally your choice. Does that sound okay? Or does that sound good to you?
That sounds really, really good. Thank you.
No, that's okay. So I have done a little bit of research for you just to find out about some resources that could help you. You won't have to do any of the chasing up. I also realise that you are 17. So if you need assistance getting to these places, you may have a friend that could take you or accompany you to the door. Or if you don't, perhaps you may have a guardian. If not, we would be able to organise for somebody to help you with that and to get you to places if you don't have means of transportation. So if there's no one that you can depend on, would you like that offer of assistance?
Yeah, I've got a few taxi vouchers actually, so I can use those until I can't, until they've expired, and then maybe that'd be great.
Yeah, okay. Well, we could probably get you some taxi vouchers as well if you want some more, so that's no problem. So I'll put that on the list for sure, not a worry. Okay, so some of the places we've got, there's actually a company called Bloom Wellbeing, and they actually do trauma counselling and women's issues and relationships. So they do things like complex trauma, family violence, sexual assault, and they actually do something called medical trauma counselling as well. Have you heard of that before? Okay, so medical trauma counselling is about perhaps if you've gone to hospital and you've had a trauma. So with the baby, you may have had a cesarean section, or you might have been mistreated in the hospital, or your rights have been violated, or if the birth was particularly traumatic or somebody said something to you. So that's just something to keep in mind, that if you want to discuss that with the counsellor, that they are able to talk you through that process. Does that sound like an all right organisation to attend?
Love the name.
Oh, Bloom. Yes, well, yeah, it is a lovely name, isn't it? That's true. Okay. Also too, we can refer you to Child First in Ballarat. They have housing support, so they actually do support for children and young people needing support. And you know, you are young, and so they would have housing available for you. So are you happy for that to happen?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah, okay, no worries. And I do have another counselling service. It's actually bereavement counselling, which means, you know, if you've lost somebody, or, you know, if you've lost your baby, you'd be able to talk through your emotions to them. I heard you before when you said you don't know how you feel, but perhaps that might be something you'd like to take up later on. If that's an option. So that will be something for you and the counsellor to work through. So those things, including the caseworker, does that sound good to you?
Yeah, it sounds really good.
That's great. Okay. Now, do you have any questions that you want to ask me before we move on about any of those?
No, do you give my information to these people, the balloon place and Child First, or just like, do you give my stuff, or you just give them my name and stuff?
Okay. It's totally up to you. We can either, with your permission, we can give them your name and your number and they can contact you, or if you're uncomfortable with that, we can actually give you their name and you can ring them. Either way, I think it's really important that you do have the help. So that's totally up to you. Or if you'd like, I mean, even before you leave here today, we can sit together and we can make the phone calls for you. And you might be able to speak to them on the phone, just so that you're comfortable with that. So whatever you want to do, Holly, is totally up. It's totally up to you. We have a duty of care to keep you safe. So we don't want you leaving here today without having a home to go to, and perhaps, you know, being on the street at night. That would not be a duty of care on our part. Does that sound okay?
That sounds really good. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. So I just want to, before we go, I just really want to thank you for trusting me today with your story, and that we've been able to speak about quite a lot today. Do you feel that you've been listened to today by me?
I have.
Yeah, okay, that's really good. And I think it's really good that you've taken positive steps to be here and to access the care that you need. So that's a really good thing. What we'd like to do is make a follow-up appointment for you, Holly. So with a time and a date, just to see how you're travelling and make sure all those processes have been put in place for you. Because I don't want you to leave here today and, you know, I don't want to find out in a week that nobody's been helping you. So when would be a good time for you to make another appointment to come and see me? Like, we could do it this time in a week's time or a fortnight's time. What do you feel is best for you?
A week could be good.
1
A
week.
week could be good. Yeah. I've enjoyed talking to you. So a week could be really good.
Okay, no worries. And do you want to make it the same time at 4:30?
Yep, that's fine.
All right, and we can make that appointment with you in the office before you leave here today, and we can put it on a card for you. Now, did you have any trouble getting here today with transport? Okay.
No.
Did you use the taxi vouchers? Okay,
Yeah.
we'll keep those going for you. That's fine, not a worry. All right. Well, I just want to thank you for coming today and for talking to me. And yeah, it's been really, really lovely getting to know you. And I look forward to our next meeting. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you so much for your time.
No worries. You take care. Bye-bye.
Well, you too.
Bye.